what pains me when I look at this generation in particular is the number of us, our generation, when I say us, that build these businesses and our kids don't want them when we're done.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, yo, like, we have an acquaintance. She built over $1 million real estate business out in Georgia. Kids want nothing to do with real estate. So now she's like, I want to retire, but I want to hand it to somebody. Like, this was supposed to be my legacy.
Right.
And I'm giving them a leg up on it, and they don't want it. And I just find it interesting because I believe in a lot of other cultures, they tell you what you're doing.
Yeah. And they also, I remember this from when I moved here. You know, when I first was considering moving here, Jay's was still open. And I was like, oh, great, I'll be able to go to Jay's and get breakfast. And then soon Jay's was like, you know, well, we're not gonna. The kids didn't want it.
Right.
You know what I mean? And the old man couldn't keep doing it.
Right.
And one conversation that I remember having was about how with entrepreneurship, like they see the underbelly. Your family sees the underbelly of this thing. Whereas everybody else is like, yay, Jay's is the spot, Jay's best biscuits or whatever. Everybody else is like, Dad is angry all the time. He's frustrated with the staff, with the customers, with the tax collector. Like,
y'all don't appreciate what he's going through to keep this open.
Right.
You don't understand he has not paid himself in 3 months.
Right. We don't go on vacations as a family.
Right.
We don't this, that, and the third. And so they don't want to inherit that.
Right. Well, the beauty is that they do have choice.
Yeah.
But you would hope that the next generation would optimize the struggle that you put in.
Yeah.
Because they're starting off with a level of capital and a level of education and understanding. And I guess that's the piece that is scary for me. Like, I have a friend out in Jersey City. His dad was the largest hair care distributor. Before, you know, you could do everything online. That he still has that business.
Okay.
Now, he's morphed it where some morph is online, and then some of the distribution warehouses are now apartments and stuff.
Yeah,
it's still under the cup. So he optimized the model and made it better. And then I think they have an all-natural store in the middle of Jersey City. You can get your black soap, you can get everything there. So they've optimized the legacy. And that is what I think I would want more of our culture to do.
Yeah. Culturally, we have a lot of catching up to do in terms of the story of the thing, and especially when it comes to passing something on, like passing a thing on without handcuffs is like we gotta free ourselves of ourselves.
Yeah. So I'm gonna tell you this story. This is crazy. I'm big on legacy.
Yeah.
Now, what's crazy is I have no children.
Okay.
Never wanted kids, or I shouldn't say. I'm early on in my life, I discovered I didn't want kids.
Okay.
But my mom used to be a babysitter. So I watched sets of kids where they have the same parents and they two totally different types of kids. I've watched kids have seizures, and my mom had given the kids everything she could. I've watched parents not show up. I've watched everything. The one thing that was the most profound thing to me is that if I was to be a mother, I would be nothing else. Because the importance of bringing a life and maintaining that life and protecting that life and grooming that life to be better than you and what you have seen when you stand on the shoulders of giants is a heavy lift. And it deserves that. So when people are stay-at-home moms or whatever, I'm like, yo, I applaud you because that is huge, huge. Now, that doesn't mean you don't get your education or do. It takes away from nothing of who you are.
Yeah.
It is just such a huge thing.
Yeah.
My love and my passion is for senior citizens. So I'm great with kids, love kids. I'm super auntie.
Yeah.
But I will stay at a nursing home all day if you let me. It is the stories. It is the fact that they have put so much into this society and we give them so little. So little at the end. So what ended up being my blessing, and I've always been comfortable. I'd be comfortable married. I'd be comfortable if I had children. I'm very comfortable single. I'm comfortable, without kids. Because what God has for me is for me. And you operate in that presence. I think we do so much planning for everything else, we forget to be present. The blessing in how I chose or the decisions I made early is that when my mom was at end of life, I was able to see her out with the most dignity and respect. And it made the passing of her spiritual to me because we had those hard conversations or whatever, but I knew that she had a full and rich life. So she had turned 85 that Tuesday. She died. She told me that Thursday. So she turned 85 on Tuesday. She told me that Thursday, I'm done fighting. I don't want to do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. My mom was dead by Sunday. So on that Thursday when she woke me up and she said, because I was sleeping with her at that point because she had breast cancer. And but her heart was what the problem was. She tapped me. She was like, I'm done. I'm fighting. And I said, what do you mean? I can barely drink. I can't breathe. I'm done. So I said, okay, are you sure? She said, yes. Now, this is a real conversation. I said, okay, mommy, this is the last decision you get to make in your life. And I told you, if you want to fight, you have my full arsenal. But if you're tired, you have my full support. So if this is what we're doing, I just need to know how we navigating this. Do you want to do this where it's just us and your immediate, or do you want your village? She said, my village. I said, okay, I'll start making calls. That was 6:30 that morning. I called my cousins in South Carolina. They were in my house, got on a flight and was in my house by 6:30 that evening. That next day, my girlfriend from Massachusetts was there that morning. The next night, I had 3 cousins from North Carolina there that night. I had people the next day, somebody from Georgia. My mom had our mail carrier was there for my mother. She had her full village around her. And my cousin is an evangelist. And she said to me, oh, you got a lot of grace with this. You got a lot of grace with this. And I said, what do you mean? There's so many people here. Like, this is your mother. This is your mother. You have so many people here. And I said, my mom is getting ready to leave this world and knowing what she left. I said, she built this village. I said, so should she not see it to the end? I mean, and it was crazy. We had people like, oh my God, her breasts are 4 minutes, like 4 breaths a minute. Like, go get you thought it was a production type of thing. It was people holding her hands. And here is the craziest part. My 8-year-old great niece held my mother's hand. They have the same birthday. And she said, it's okay. You can go. It's okay. So think about a child and their relationship with death and the love. And when people were breaking down and crying, she was handing people tissues. And she was like, it's okay. It's okay. She said she was tired. She made the decision. That's what she said. She made the decision. So think of how she's going to process death versus other kids. That's why I did the party. So we did the funeral in South Carolina. My mom wanted to be cremated. We have 43 necklaces around. We buried half of the ashes at the foot of her sister's grave. And then we have 3 urns that are hourglasses. Because my mother would always be like, what time is it? What time is it? What? So she ear hustled on my table. So it's still the presence of her, right? So I remember a few weeks prior, my cousin who was 43 had passed away. And she had been sick since birth. And she loved every single day. Like every day she loved. And I would call her because she needed organ transplants and stuff like that. And she was like, they told me I wouldn't get out of, I wouldn't get out of infancy. I'm 40 years old. Like, you know how many extra days I got? She was so full of life.
Right.
When she passed of pneumonia and not the organs failing. And the funeral was devastating. It was so many people. Like, the view, we were supposed to go down there so everybody can see my mom at the funeral. My mom at that point didn't know the cancer had metastasized. Okay. So I was like, it'll be normal. I'll take her down there. We'll be there for 2 weeks. People will know. They'll come. They'll see. My mom was the last aunt. We'll be at the funeral. Da 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 da. My mom got sick. Was in the hospital right before, so we had to stream it. It was 200 people streaming the funeral for my cousin. And it was sad. And my mom was like, that's not how she lived her life. Yeah. She looked, baby girl, that's not how she lived her life. What? Like, that's not how she lived her life. So I said, well, it's funny. My friend who just lost his mother had a death doula. Yeah, okay. So she planned her funeral. Yeah. I didn't want a funeral. She wanted a party. Yeah. So she picked the restaurant, the food, the music, the program, everything. My mom said, I want that. I was like, what? I want that. She said, but I want a party. I wanted people dancing. I said, you want a signature cocktail? Yes, gin and tonic. I said, okay. So we did the religious thing in South Carolina, and then here I had the party. Yeah. And I had over 220 people at the party. I had 3 bartenders, and we had a DJ, and people. And it was so much like who my mother was, and she was there. And my niece had put together these certificates, which are kind of my mom's blessings, like what my mom was known for. So it was dignity, integrity, wisdom, truth-telling, like these things. And she had these certificates, and people would raise their hand if they wanted that portion of that blessing to take on that legacy. Because remember, I ain't got no kids. So that's what we're doing. Biologically, I was my mother's only child. So I always say by the womb, I was 1. Yeah. By the will, I was 3.
Come on, man.
So it's different in how you look at the choices you make early. Yes. And how later on, you 50s, there's more life behind me than in front of me. And those choices were the right choices at those right times.
Yeah. Yeah. And so often when I've gone to funerals or been around people who are grieving or close to death, have a terminal, diagnosis, like there is so much unresolved. And because it's unresolved, it leads to chaos. And chaos is not pleasant, so then it just leads to sorrow. And, I found it really loving when I was taught when I was younger about how you take care of your family in your death. Like how you it's inevitable, and you have full agency to decide how it's going to go, from the ceremony, from however your life insurance or whatever estate planning you do, and also the spirit of the funeral. Like you can say what you want it to feel like in the room, and the people who cherish you and because it's often said like that's what he would have wanted, that's what she would have wanted. Like that's a common refrain when somebody passes.
But they've never asked.
But they've never asked, and if that person never volunteered this information,
right?
How would they cooperate with it?
Right.
But it's like if it's in my will and it's communicated to the people that are closest to me, like what I want that experience to be like, because of their love and respect and the fact that they cherish me, they're going to make sure that it is as I would have wanted.
Right.
It's just my responsibility to share and tell that and communicate that out.
Right.
And it's such a wonderful expression of love because people don't know how to be. The only thing that feels appropriate is sad. But the truth of the matter is, it's not.
Because you say it's a celebration of life.
Yeah.
Right. So that's what my mom said. She said, I don't want people to mourn the one time I died. I want them to celebrate the 85 years that I lived. And I'm like, okay. So my niece that made who's really my third cousin. So it's crazy how we look at family.
Yeah.
But she made up the certificates. That's the one thing I can say. My family they showed up and showed out for all of it.
Yeah.
When I say all of it, I mean all of it, from the planning to the, okay, you know what? You did all the caring for her. You took her to all the doctor's appointment. You rest now. Tell us what you need us to do. Down to shutting down the accounts, everything. It was like an orchestra.
Yeah.
And it was different people. It was the kids my mother kept. It was the mail carrier. Yeah. It was the village that she had designed.
Right.
And the one thing that my mom was always concerned about, she was like, you don't have a Mary. Like, Mary, you don't have a Mary. And I said, well, Ma, I got long-term care insurance. I don't need a Mary. I got a bank account.
Yeah,
I don't need you. I don't need a Mary. But what put my mother at rest, it was 3 people in particular that said to my mom in her ear, we got her. Like, we got her.
Yeah.
We're going to take care of her. And you could see the relaxation come over her. Now, this is the second time I did in-home hospice, all this stuff, because I did the same thing for my mom's niece, who was my first cousin, who was like my aunt, though, because her daughter's older than me.
I got you.
Okay? And she lived with me my whole life. Her granddaughter was the one that put together the certificates. And she said to me, you've been taking care of people a long time. And I said, it's their blessing to bring us in this world, and it's our blessing to see them out with dignity and respect. And I said, well, if I didn't do it, how would you know how to? And she said, what? I said, your grandmother didn't take care of her mother. Her sister did. My mother, she didn't take care of her mother. Her sister did. Her older sister did. So how would you know what this looks like if someone doesn't do it?
Right.
So I need you to see it's not easy, but it's rewarding.
Yeah.
And it's a blessing in it.
Yeah.
And think of all the times in the videos, and we had over 1,000 pictures and all this other stuff. And she was like, I get it. I get it. I said, and I need to show your kids. So even if you can't do it, they'll have a memory. Because sometimes it's not you.
Yeah.
It's not meant for you, but it's somebody around you.
Yeah.
So her son, when everything happened with Venezuela, her husband and her daughter got stuck in Puerto Rico an extra week. And she sends me this video, and he has his suitcase. And she's like, where are you going? He's like, I'm going to Puerto Rico. I miss my family. I'm going to Puerto Rico. And she said, well, what did you pack? He said, books, toys, some underwear, some socks. And she said, is that enough to get to Puerto Rico? He said, yeah, I'm going to stop by heaven first to see Carol, my mother. Then I'm going to go to Puerto Rico. So even how he thinks about heaven, like or her not being here, on his birthday wish, number 2 was Aunt Carol, like Aunt Carol. Like, that's my birthday wish. Well, she can't come, so I'm just gonna go see her. But the fact that it's not the sadness and the so like I was missing my mom the other week, and I think I told you this the other day. So my hair is normally curly, and I used to cut my mother's hair.
Yeah.
So I cut my hair, and then I had to blow dry straight to make sure I cut it even, because God knows I shouldn't have cut it curly, but it turned out okay. But that's how I mourn. It's not the tears. It's like I can watch her photo, I can listen to her voicemails and videos, and I'm good, because early on, my mom was 33 when she had me. So
I think my mom was too.
My mom was 33 when she had me. When my mom gave birth to me, right after she found out she had cancer. the first time she had cancer. And she had to have surgery. And the doctor said, either you're going to spend time with this child or you're not. So my mom never thought she'd live to 50. Okay. So she made sure we had all the conversations and all this love or whatever. But she was very clear about responsibility as a human, what humanity was. She used to say, if you treat the janitor different than you treat the CEO, that says something about your character. Yeah. You have no, like, titles don't matter. It doesn't, it's people's work and their work for other humans. And you don't know what that janitor does outside. He could be deacon of a church. He could be the person that's picking the old woman up off the floor. So don't get hung up in the titles. Like, she was clear with that. Clear with that. Because she already had that also, in her mind, she was processing her death as she was giving birth. You know what I mean? So that's why I said, though, the thing I think is most interesting about me is my relationship with death. And how that process or that thought process helps me formulate how I live my life. Yeah. And it's always the dash.
Yeah. Yeah. Because they are a yin and yang. Like, death is not an end to life. It is just the opposite side to the coin. It's just that we don't get to study.
We don't know what it is,
right? But
it could be different for everybody. Just like life is different for everybody.
Yeah. And then to your point, it's like, if you have a firm grasp on death, if you have an appreciation for what it is, aside from a personal loss, because that's not all death is, right? But it informs, or it can inform, how you live life for all the days that you're alive, how you show up as an example to others, how you show up just in an awareness that whether or not you're being seen as an example, you are on display. The character that you're choosing in the moment, in real time, is being observed by other people. And, so often, it's so commonplace that people just think of life as something that we receive. It's a thing that's happening to
and we take people. It for granted.
And just take it for granted. And it's like, life isn't happening to you. You're happening. You're happening every day.
Participate.
Yeah. And you are participating. Like, whatever your opinion is, you're on. You're on the field. Your number has been called. Put up something. Yeah. But, like, you don't get to pick and choose. I want to be cherished in my death, but I want to be comfortable in my life. Like, well, that's not how it goes, because the people who are cherished are the people who were giving, people who were leaders, who were accountable and responsible. All these things that aren't things to receive. Right. It's giving, it's pouring out. And life is reciprocal. Yes. Nobody's suffering life.
Listen, it's your perspective of what life is. So, I don't have bad days. I don't have bad days. Right. I can have a bad hour. Right. I can have a bad 15 minutes. Yeah. But that one thing is not going to make my whole day. Yeah. Yeah. Because when I woke up that morning, I didn't know that was going to happen, and my day was fine. And when I went to sleep that night, how much, what it has to do. So even in my relationships that I have, I am very purposeful now. Like the Mary of 25 is not the Mary of 53. Not at all. Because you grow. But it was about me understanding the only thing I can control is my reaction to the stimuli presented to me. Yeah. You can't make me happy, and you can't make me sad, and you can't make me angry, because I have to decide if your words hurt. Yep. And I have to process, why does it hurt? Because if such and such said it to me, I wouldn't care. Yeah. So, like, what is it about it? Yeah. So I have this thing that I do in the morning. I plan my day.
Hold on. Yep. In the morning, you plan your day. That's what we're going to come back to.
Yeah.
I'm going to go grab a light right now.
Okay. Go ahead.
I realize it's getting dim. So every morning,
I plan my day.
You plan your day.
Yes. So I get up. I brew coffee. I do beans. I do my beans and I brew my coffee. And I sit and I say, okay, what are the top 3 things I need to get done today? Okay. It's only 3 is the most. Okay. I'm not doing 5. I may have 5, but it's 3 that got to get done. Right. And I mix it. One's work, one's life, one's whatever. You know what I mean? Because I tell my staff now, I said, when you prioritize your day, you know you got real life in there, right? Yes, so understand if you need to, it's only one of you. Right. So work-life balance is sometimes work is not going to get the 100%. It shouldn't always be life that does it. Right. So I do that. I then go through my day. At the end of every day, I rate myself. What did I do right? What could I have done better? What should I never do again? Okay. Okay. Because what that allows me to do is forgive myself for the mistakes I made that day. And close that day. And start my day with, hey, because guess what? If it's something I need to make right because I done destroyed it here, then it's the first thing I'm going to plan for in the priorities of my day. And that way I can forgive, I can forget, I can actually be present in what I am and not think about the baggage that I left behind. I do the same things like with relationships. So if I'm a person that don't need closure because I'm conscious every day of what we're doing, what I'm not doing, where I am, where I'm not, if I'm showing up, if I'm not, if I'm responding to the stimuli you presenting me, if I'm not, I'm very conscious of those types of things. Very, very conscious of those types of things. The safest person around me is an ex. Because I've processed why the relationship didn't work, why it don't never work. And even if you grow, I'm growing too. And we're growing differently or whatever. So the safest person around me is someone I used to date. Safest person around me. Yeah. Because I've processed these things. Right. But even in how I respond to what someone may say to me, some days I get it right, some days I don't. But because I daily think about, okay, how was that day? I can make tomorrow better. Yeah. This morning I woke up and still in bed. I didn't spend a long time in bed. So I woke up early into being awake. I had the thought and the feeling that man, these days are going fast. Oh yeah. I just woke up. Yesterday was and the day before was, and the day before was. And it's not that they are action-packed necessarily, but just when you're, in my experience of being very present in the day, as time is passing, whatever's happening happens. And then once the day is ended, it's ended. And I'm not trying to stretch the day. I'm not trying to stay up later to be awake for longer. The day is closed, it's closed. And then soon after I had that thought because it started to feel ungrateful. It started to feel like I think it's too fast. When it's really it's not that the days are going too fast. Maybe I just want more cataloging of what's happening as opposed to just experiencing what's happening. Maybe I need to document. So I used to do this thing, and I did it this morning for that reason. I used to do a little YouTube series where it was called But First Gratitude. And, in the morning, typically in the kitchen, I would just talk about in the morning, at the start of the day, what am I grateful for today? And I'm an early riser, so my mornings are typically full of life. Not I'm not working most usually in the morning.
but I'm experiencing what the day I want or the morning I want. I mean, whether it's exercise or meditation or reading a book or eating a good breakfast or journaling, whatever the things are that like, that's how I would want to kickstart my day. But without documenting it through that gratitude practice, it's still happening, but I kind of lose the weight of it. You know what I mean?
That's only true if you look back on what you documented.
Yes.
So that's the other piece. Like sometimes we make it a job to say, here's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to have a balance. My girlfriend gave me this book that says Letters to My Mother in Heaven.
Okay.
And she's like, okay, you used to having daily conversations with your mother because my mother lived with me.
Yeah.
You can still have your daily conversations with her.
Yep.
I haven't written in that book yet. I appreciate the book.
Yeah.
The book means a lot to me. And when I have those moments, I am going to write in the book. But currently when I have those moments, I'm like, oh, let me do what I used to do for her. I'm going to cut my hair. I'm going to do this. I'm going to da-da-da-da. But the feeling of that book and knowing that it's there, that I can do it, means so much.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do it. But I'm making sure I'm not doing it as a chore.
Yes.
As an exercise. Because then you start to not appreciate what the significance of it is.
Got you. I remember when my mom died in 2023, and I had an estranged relationship with my mom for over a decade, right? For like religious reasons. So it wasn't like personal reasons. It wasn't like some family thing that happened.
And I had one with my biological father. But God made sure I had a bunch of other fathers.
Yeah.
And I still got a daddy now.
Yeah. I mean, you don't got to call me that on camera, but okay.
Really?
So I remember, my mom and I fortunately had a conversation before she died, right? Like I went down to Charlotte. I sat with her for an afternoon and we had our conversation, right? And after she died, I realized that I can still have conversations with my mom because I can fathom what she might say. Like,
yes.
I can hear my mom.
Yes.
I can hear what my mom's response to a question or a statement might be.
Right.
I can hear my mom laugh at a thing or scoff at a thing or whatever.
Right.
Like that personality is very much still here, that I can still access it.
Right.
And sometimes it's like sometimes what I appreciate out of this experience of conversing with my mom after she passed is that I can access the comfort, the motherly comfort. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's like just, if my mom's answer would have been, I don't know, hearing it from my mom would be different from hearing it from anybody else who don't know.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's something I would get from it, like, oh man, that's so dope. My mom is confident in herself enough to say, I don't know.
Right.
To not need to know.
It's the perception.
And I learned that from her. Yeah.
That's the perception. Well, why wouldn't they say it meant something different to me? That's the process of it. Yeah. Look, I'm gonna say this. Until you are self-aware of who you are and who you aren't, what you bring and what you don't bring, because like I said, there's a cavern of a divide between how we see ourselves and how other people see us, because we filter answers. So we add words, we take out words, we put inflections in places that shouldn't. So, when you think of a regular sentence of communication, where communication becomes very important, like if I said, I don't know if he stole it, what does that mean?
You don't know if he stole it.
If I say, I don't know if he stole it.
Somebody stole it. You don't know if it was him or not. But yeah.
I don't know if he stole it.
Right. He might have borrowed it.
Right.
He might have stolen it.
So think about where we are in this environment where we text.
Yeah, for sure.
So half of the arguments people have aren't real arguments because it's where they chose to put the inflection in the text based on how they were feeling based on their experiences.
For sure.
So the one thing, like, it's so funny because my mom used to say to me, which is probably why my exes are the safest people around me. Listen, you chose to da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Nobody held your feet to the fire. That's what she said. Nobody held your feet to the fire. So it taught me to have accountability for what I allow, what I don't allow, how I receive information, how I give information. There is not one person in my life that or I should say, there's not one thing that I have regret what I've done. If it was sincere from my heart. I may regret how long I did it. I may regret who I did it for, but not what I did. You know what I mean? So I would never say something, you're the reason why. No, you can't.
Right.
But part of that is understanding those communication parts of life.
Yeah.
And just those old souls, because our parents had a very different environment than we have.
Yeah.
And when I look at people and how they're raising their kids now, because we wanted to make up for what we didn't have, sometimes we have, I feel, set our children up to not be able to cope with what's going on right now because we are going backwards.
Yeah.
So this is the first time daughters have less rights than their mothers. First time. Like literally regulations are being rolled back. Rights are being rolled back. Our parents went through it. We knew about it. We were tough. Our kids aren't tough. Our kids are like, what do you mean? No. So they have a boldness to fight on camera, on social media, but say, I need you to show up and no. They be like, what? Wait, what do you mean? Like what?
All day?
All day?
Yeah.
Like, it's just our ability to combat what has been there before. So, I had someone say to me, none of this new.
Right.
None of this new. And I said, wait, you're right. It actually used to be worse.
One thing about America that I don't understand, I understand, but it bugs me out how loosely the word unprecedented gets thrown around as far as American history is concerned. It's so precedented.
Yeah.
It's so deeply precedented. All of these things, all of these violations, all of these, America has a jacket of being inhumane in so many colorful ways. It's precedented.
Listen, immigration, and part of the immigration here is the fact that the U.S. has gone into so many countries and made them unstable. It was our MO forever. What frightens me is the consistent inability to be accountable for who we really are.
Yeah, because you know what? Another aspect of it is that in America, the way racism, xenophobia have been expressed throughout American history, it's been this really sinister, like three-card Monty of like, when it happened to the Chinese, if you're not Chinese, you don't feel like it's gonna come to you because it's happening to them because they're Chinese. When it happened to black people, it's because they're black people. So if I'm not black, it's not coming.
But it happened to the Irish. It happened to the Italians.
Yes.
Like they've changed the rules where I'd rather be the lowest man on the totem pole and be able to say I am this identity versus where we're like, I want this economic thing and then I can say this.
Yeah.
It goes back to the lack of humanity. And it is lack of value of village.
Yeah.
it has become a very selfish place. And we talk more than we hear, more than we listen. We don't sit down and speak anymore. I have a coworker who is now a friend, and we're different races. But when it comes to the emotional care of me, she takes it so serious, like so serious. And it's just like stuff will just show up, and I'm like, what is this? And it's like it's like a soup bowl where I can make the soup myself because she knows I cook with my mother. Like it is just the creativity of what comes. Now, and I have people who wear the same race that does the same thing. I have a village that I've had since I was in the 4th grade. I got some friends I've still had since the 4th grade. Part of that is how we communicate too. It's because I take accountability for where I am and what I do, and I don't carry baggage. You know, my current relationship does not carry the weight of my last relationship because I refuse to do less for you than I did for the one before you. Like, I'm not going to do that. It's just unfair. But we tend to say, oh, it's the experience, and I learned from the experience. What were the red flags of what you did or whatever? But if it's who you are and it's done from your heart, then it's just who you are. And you just got to be comfortable with the circumstances or the consequences of what happens when it's done. Type of thing.
And when you are truly centered in who you are and resolved in who you are okay with the consequences. Because anything else would have cost you who you are. To have any other consequence, you wouldn't have been able to be you in that moment.
And everybody got an opinion. Everybody got an opinion. And listen, there are really good people with great intentions giving really bad advice. Because it's based on their experience and their filters. And we are so quick to look at something on social media. We don't know this person, credential, nothing, and that becomes the gospel.
Immediately share it to somebody else like it's a jewel.
It's the gospel,
right?
You know, I've learned that be slow to offend, but even slower to be offended. I've learned. What you're willing to forgive, your friends aren't willing to forget. So watch who you tell people. Watch what you tell people.
That's a good one.
Also, it is your life. And if people's understanding of your life is based on your narrative. So how are you telling the story? I always say to one of my guy friends I've had since the 4th grade, and we like family, and we have real talk. That real talk be hard. But I said to him one day, I'm like, I'm your friend, and you telling me your side of the story, and I'm telling you just wrong. And it hit him like, whoa. I said, so what does her family think?
Ooh.
And he was just like, oh my God, I gotta get this together. Like, oh my God. Like, sometimes it's that person that just has to click. Like, there are things that my significant other will say things to me, and if I told my girlfriend some of the stuff he said, that'd have been like, what the hell? Like, what? But we have a relationship where you can say to me, yo, your weight getting out of control, because I'd rather you say it to me than your boy.
Got you. Okay.
It's how you say it. But we're free to have that conversation. Like, if I say, hey, we good, don't give me anything, I mean it. It's not some hidden thing like, oh, I need a birthday. Oh, you didn't give me my gift. Like, nah, I mean what I say, and I say what I mean. It's no hidden message in it. Like, if he's like, oh, you cool if I go away? And I'm like, yeah. You sure? Yeah, if I wasn't, I'd say, no, don't go away. But then over time, expectations change. So Now the question you have to say to yourself is, well, why is she okay with me going away? Like, why is her expectation is I'm not here? So what I've learned is if I have to ask you, then I'm uncomfortable with it. And I need to realize why I'm uncomfortable with it. And then I have to choose whether it is the right decision for me to go or not.
Yeah. There's you remind me of I just recently learned the etymology of the word kindred. Sorry, the word kind. The word kind comes from the word kindred. And the idea is to actually be kind to someone, you have to be able to see and identify and recognize the usness, right? And so if I can see you in me, then there's things that I will do and there are things that I will not do because I would do that for me or I would not do that to me. You know what I mean? And being honest is like everybody wants honesty.
No, they don't.
And a lot of people want.
No, they don't.
Well,
they want the illusion of honesty as long as it fits the narrative that they want to tell themselves.
Yeah, everybody. Yeah, and I say everybody loosely, but people would prefer to have all the cards before they make their decision. Instead of having to make the decision and then find out that there were cards that they weren't given. Right. But everybody also wants to hold a couple cards back too.
Right.
Everybody doesn't want to deal out all their cards either.
But so you know how they talked about the golden rule versus the platinum rule? The golden rule is do unto others as you would have them do, which you just said is kindred. Like if I wouldn't do it to myself, I wouldn't do it to you. That's a step below the platinum rule.
Yeah. What's that?
The platinum rule is I will do unto you as you want me to do upon you, because there are things that may not bother me that may get under your skin. So that means I have to listen and I have to actively do something that naturally wouldn't bother me because I know it will bother you.
Yeah, I got it. Yep.
We try to make people read our minds.
Yeah.
Like, do I do it to you? Yeah, but I don't care if you do it to me.
Right.
You know what I mean? But in that assessment or realization of the conversation or the relationship, you have to say, is it reasonable for me in my natural habitat to constantly accommodate what annoys you that doesn't annoy me?
Right.
So that's where you got to find balance.
Right.
And that's when you say foundationally, is this the right career for me? Is this the right peer group for me? Is this the right relationship for me? Because you can be same make, same model.
Yeah.
You could be wood, you could be yellow, you could be the same thickness, but you could be a square peg and they could be a round hole.
Yeah.
And separate, you're perfect. You start trying to force them together, you damage both perfect entities.
Yeah.
Like, that's the problem. Like, it's the yin and the yang. Like, there are things that my significant other does that I would never think of doing because I don't have that creativity or I don't have that risk tolerance. So the beauty of our relationship is that he brings me into a risk tolerance that I never would have done. And there's been rewards and they've definitely been not rewards from it. But now it has pushed my comfort zone where there's more I will try and do, which long-term has helped me tremendously.
Yeah.
And those are the things when you can find the triumph in the failure and the failing forward versus failing out, which is cool.
Yeah.
Everybody may not agree with that. Right. So that's why when you look at the relationships, your peer groups, your friends, if everybody's just like you, then y'all ain't necessary. Only one of y'all necessary.
Yeah.
Like, there has to be a little bit of an adjutant so people can grow and can be different. But you got to be honest with what that looks like. And that's where a lot of us struggle. It's the honesty of, ooh, does my breath stink? Did I not shower
Right.
Like it's the things that we don't want to know about ourselves. That if someone told us, we'll be better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's like walking around with broccoli in your teeth and no one wants to tell you. You're like, why didn't you tell me?
Right.
And they were like, yeah. Now, that's an example. If somebody said, your breath stink, you don't like that.
Right.
Like, well, wouldn't you want somebody to tell you? So, it's just our level of tolerance of what we really want to know and what we don't want to know. But it goes back to how we define ourselves, what's important to us. Do we want to experience life? Or do we just want to live life? I live in Newark. I've lived in Newark for now 43, 44 years. I've had a boss say to me, we pay you too much to still live here. And this was, before Newark did the revitalization or whatever. And I said, I don't live for you. I live for me. And if all of us move out, then how do we show people that there's success here? Like, what are you talking about? I went to school here. I went to grammar school here. I went to high school here. My house is here. Like, why would I do that? You know what I mean? But a lot of us live life for other people to define us as successful.
Yes. Yep. And to receive a validation from somebody else putting the ribbon on our shoulder or whatever. It's like that person might not be living where they think they should live.
Right.
But instead of dealing with that, they want to talk to you about where you live.
Right. Listen, and at the end of the day, you got to do what's best for you and what is important to you. So I'm very comfortable in saying I can't afford it. That doesn't mean the money's not in the bank. It's just the value of that thing is not worth it to me. So no, I can't afford it.
Have you ever read The Millionaire Next Door?
No.
I think you would love it.
Really?
Yeah, I'm about to finish it now. I'm at the end of it now, but it's
paper,
really profound.
Or digital?
Paperback. Yeah.
Oh, I'm a paper person too.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the digital make my eyes hurt and I go to sleep.
Yeah, I dig that. I dig that. Yeah, it's hard to read digitally. That's like I don't get it.
It puts me to sleep.
The couple of things that points that the book made, it inspired me to write a book. I wrote a book in the middle of reading this book.
Okay.
This is a really good book.
Okay.
It's a bit out of date. But one point that the book made early is financial independence and financial freedom is the ability to live below your means and above your impulses.
Ooh, say that again.
That part, right?
Wow, that right there.
The ability to live below your means and above your impulses.
And that's a bar.
Right?
That's a bar.
Because in that space, it doesn't matter what the number is.
Right.
It's not a matter of what tax bracket you're in, what neighborhood you live in. If you are truly comfortable and able to sustain your life below your means and above your impulses, the number is irrelevant.
Right.
And then on top of which you determine your own freedom. That's the thing about freedom. That's why nobody can give you freedom.
Right.
You have to determine your freedom. So if somebody's going to give you a lot of money and you think that will make you free, you will find yourself prisoner to that money.
Listen, your relationship with money is the same whether you broke or you rich. If you can't handle money when you broke, you can't handle money when you rich.
Right.
Period.
Right.
If money is what made people happy, there's a whole lot of millionaires that kill themselves, that are so into drugs and so into everything else that, again, you're right. It is the ability to define what that happiness looks like for you and not for anybody else.
Right.
Like not for anybody else. Like my significant other, he's a cigar head. But he wasn't always. He would do once in a blue moon. So I'm like, is it the tobacco? Like, what is it? He said, no, it's the socialization with the brotherhood. To have these conversations with brothers that look like me, not just in color, but in aspiration. And that brotherhood means so much because it is not what you see on TV all the time.
No, it's not. And it's not what you see at a bar. It's not what you see at the game. And not to say that like two people can't have multiple interests. You can be into the game and into cigars. But one of the things that I appreciated about when I used to smoke cigars, when I first started smoking cigars, was that social environment, the hospitality, and the etiquette. And it's a lived thing. But it's like you walk into a room, you speak. That happens in every cigar lounge I've ever been to. If
you can go sit with strangers.
Right. Yep. But we're going to introduce ourselves just because we're two people in a room.
Right.
And certain subject matter just does not come up.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because this is just not.
You don't talk about money in a way of, well, how much do you make and where do you live? It's not that. It's about principles and it's more about theory and philosophy. Yeah.
I remember Larry David made the comment about cigars, the difference between cigars and cigarettes. And it's like cigars take time.
Yes.
And so with time, you actually get to think.
Yes.
You're not in a rush to have an answer. You're not in a rush to get, through this moment. And I definitely agree on the point that he made about like what it is. It's not the cigar.
Right.
It's the
socialization with like-minded people.
Yeah.
Or with people that you can just completely disagree with.
Absolutely.
But you disagree with it and you shaking hands on the way out.
Yeah.
Oh, you're shaking hands on the way out. So it is in how you interact with the agreement to disagree.
Yeah.
And there's so few places where you can do that. So we used to be able to do it in coffee houses until you started arresting people for sitting in coffee houses, which is why, when you talked about Ironbound Coffee, I was like, oh, I got to go see what this place is like. Like, where are those social settings? So like when people think of some of the coffee houses, one in particular, which I will not say their name, their vision is to be the third place. Homework and we're your third place. Which now, people got thrown out of because they were black. So, where's your third place?
Right.
Now, my third place was home because I'm on at work all day long. So when I say I'm a trained introvert, people like, you're bugging, right? Because I could do this all day.
Right.
I can get on the stage with 5,000 people. I can sit there and give you a process and then go spit poetry. I'm a left and a right brain thinker. But when I'm home, I will put in an audio book. I will put in, and I will just sit there. Now, imagine you're my significant other. And you see me give to everybody. I'm on. I'm at the doctor's. I got everything.
Right.
And when it's your time, I'm like, you see, I just need quiet because you're my safe space.
Yeah.
So I'm my true self with you, and now you feel like you get the least of it. Do you know how long it took me to process that?
Right.
Like, what?
Yeah.
Like, but I cook. But I brew coffee.
Yeah. And I'm here.
And I'm here. What are you
But
what you need is not what I'm giving. And then you have to say, okay, well, what does that person need?
Right.
And vice versa. Vice versa.
Yeah.
So it's hard because so few of us are comfortable with who we really are.
Yeah.
We create full illusions.
Right. Because the thing about a relationship is, especially if you're two people who, are married or live together, that person has such a front row seat when you don't.
To all your ugliness.
When you're not performing.
Yes.
You just being, and they're like, oh, I saw that.
Yes.
Oh, I heard you say that.
Right.
Or I heard you on the phone when you told your friend, and I was like, and that ain't true.
Right.
But like.
And then you process that, well, what else are you not telling me the truth of?
Right.
If you're that may be the only thing, but we create these full narratives.
Yes.
Full narratives.
Yeah.
The other thing is we want people to give us credit for the things we never told them we sacrificed or did. So if you knew what I really wanted to say to you,
right,
and I held my tongue,
yeah,
you need to be thankful.
yeah,
Now, we don't say it,
right,
but we act, and can you believe
yeah,
they didn't? Well, why do you want them to be thankful for something that you didn't say or think?
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about? It's how we process information and life.
Yeah. Because do you really want to have said that?
Yeah.
Because if you don't really want to have said that, then why should they give you credit for not saying it?
Exactly.
But coexisting is a thing unto itself. It's like I remember when I was married years ago, and I remember when I was getting divorced.
I've never been married.
No. Well,
I've been engaged.
You just never been married to New Jersey. I just been married to New Jersey. That's the difference.
Okay.
And anyway,
how long were you married?
9 years.
Okay.
But I realized after that marriage ended, there's commitment to a person, and then there's commitment to commitment. And as a principal,
your boy says that I'm committed to the commitment.
He got that from
that stayed with me.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, like that stayed with me for like 3 years.
Yeah.
Being committed to the commitment.
Here's the thing about it, and this applies to all principles: commitment, courage, love, kindness, respect. All of these things are true. And because they're true, that means that you don't... Sorry, I'm going to let this police officer get wherever he's going.
He's getting through the traffic that's probably backed up forever.
I choose to believe he's saving a life.
Yes.
In all this. That's another conversation to have in society, though. We really don't give emergency vehicles nearly enough respect.
No.
It's absurd.
Right.
Nobody thinks they're in the way.
Right. Well, it's like the Highway 95 effect. When I was it was either undergrad or grad school. One of the professors said to me, it's the Highway 95 effect. If you're driving and somebody speeds past you, oh my God, they're driving like a bat out of hell. If you come up behind somebody and they're driving too slow, oh my God, they're driving like a snail. It's all about your perspective of where you are.
Right.
Because when you go by the person that's driving by like a snail, you're the bat out of hell.
Yes.
And when you're the person that the person driving like a bat out of hell, you're the snail.
Yeah.
We never put it in context to us because that's part of, I don't want to say our narcissism, but it's part of our self-preservation to say, I am the key of everything.
Yes.
Because in our world, we are.
Yeah. Yo, and the thing about being, the key being the center of the universe, being the neutral
once this
entity.
this
emergency.
I'm getting back to the marriage piece, just so you know. Okay,
sure,
go ahead.
Sure. When you realize that you have centered yourself in the universe, in whatever the experience, episode, circumstance is, all it takes is take just one step left. And then you realize like, oh, none of this is about me. Oh, I'm not the center. And there is no center.
No, it's too many parts.
Right? We're all just in this soup, but none of us are in the middle of it.
Nope.
You know what I mean?
Nope. And none of us are the key ingredient.
Right. So all of these attributes, love, courage, commitment, respect, they're true. And because they're true, that means that they don't require context. They also don't require scale. So courage doesn't just happen when it's life or death. Commitment doesn't just happen when there is a transaction to be had. Just the attribute itself, committed to, like if I've said I'm committed, then that standalone I'm accountable to that. Just like if I say I respect you, it doesn't matter what you do. Which is why you could have a Martin Luther King, like people who, in the face of the abject opposite, in the face of disrespect and inhumanity.
The reaction to the stimuli presented?
The reaction to the stimuli presented. And it's like the truth is the truth. If I'm respectful, the stimuli is the stimuli. Mm-hmm. But I've decided what I am already. Mm-hmm. With or without, before and after.
Mm-hmm. And there's times you're going to get it right?
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
And there's times you're right, mm-hmm. you're going to get it wrong.
Yeah.
That is it. That is it.
Yep.
Life is so simple, we make it complex.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
We make it complex.
Yep.
Because we what did everybody else say? What did they say? Yeah. Like, I post very little. I post very little because I feel like I don't have much to post. That's part of it.
Okay.
You know, I travel, I leave the country. I try to leave the country at least 4 times a year. I rarely post where I'm away.
Okay.
I rarely post when I get back. Mm-hmm. But the hood in me say, you don't post when you're away because then somebody break into your house. Mm-hmm. So I just don't post because my thing is, that is my sacred space and my vacation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like,
not to carry everything with you.
Right.
And the audience, yeah.
So for Christmas this year, it was the first Christmas without my mom. I went to Mexico. Accommodations, dope. The quiet time to just reflect on life's new normal was deafening. Mm-hmm. There were no tears. Yeah. There was no anxiety. Like, there were no tears.
Right.
It was just there.
Yeah.
It was just there. Mm-hmm. And the appreciation that I have never taken the time to sit in the deafening quiet of just the reality of what was no longer was crazy.
Yeah.
It was crazy. I had a set of neighbors because I had a swim out because my accommodation was dope. But the neighbors that were across from me, older couple, well, the wife was a little bit older than me. The husband was close to retirement. And he had a black hat on that said, "Make America Great." But it was black on black. And I say that because that meant something to me. Who you are is there, but it's muted because it's not everything that you are. He walked over to me. He talked to me. They even invited me to their 100-something acre ranch. Like, it was just, he was human. Because sometimes people are one-issue voters or whatever, but he wasn't hiding.
Right.
What his thought,
his politics,
but it was muted. It wasn't overpowering. And I think that's what happens. We overpower people with who I am or who I think you need to know. Where I don't give you space to just be you. So we gave each other space to just be us. And in that conversation and me talking about the deafening of the quiet, he started telling me about the relationship with his parents. And I'm sitting there like it was a soap opera. What? Now this is a millionaire telling me about, and his wife is laughing. Y'all just call me. And I'm sitting there like, wow. Wow. It's the first Christmas without my mom. Yeah, I can make it all about me. But God gave me so much more. So much more. Like, so much more. In the airport coming back, a young lady from California, she liked my hair. Because, you know, like I said, my hair is curly. So she was like, "Oh, is that a straw set, a rod set?" I'm like, "No, this is a shower set. Just come out the shower." And she was like, "Your curls are that profound? Like that pronounced?" I'm like, "Yeah." Like, so then I started showing her pictures. Like, "Yeah, girl. This is a box. I color my own hair, $5. Like, so now we having this regular, just hood conversation. She's from LA. She's a therapist. We just having a regular hood conversation. She goes, "I'm doing a girls' trip to Dubai in September. Here's everything. You should come." It is the nature of having those relationships in those spontaneous moments. And I felt like my mother was like, "Yup, see. you got a definite quiet, but there's more adventures you can have because now you don't have to stay home and take care of me.
Right.
Like, you can consider these things that you couldn't consider before.
Right.
Because your priority, although she would be like, go, was, oh no, I can only go for so long. Oh, no, I got to make sure because my mama was my world. But it was like, look, you can say yes to any of this.
Yeah.
And that was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like, wait, should I feel guilty? Like,
Right.
It's a new way of just thinking about the new normal of everything.
I got one more question for you. And take your time. Who are you today that you are a fan of or proud of that you were not in the past? You became this Mary.
I stopped chasing titles.
Tell me about that.
So, you work for these degrees,
the status,
all these things. Who you date, who you around, you know, who you're in the room with. The moment I stopped caring about the title and I started caring about the impact, everything shifted. Everything shifted. Yeah. It was just like, you know what? I talk more freely. I became more me. And it's so funny because the chairman of the board said to me, which gives you an idea of some of the rooms I'm in, said to me, you are so much softer now. And I said, what? You had sharp elbows before. You are very comfortable with who you are. I became comfortable because it is now obvious at how I actually live my life that I am comfortable with who I am. So guess what? There are things I'm not going to compromise anymore. Like, I'm going to go home on time. I'm going to make sure my staff go home on time. I'm going to make sure if something going on with their people, you take care of your people. Oh no, if you need to work, we're going to do this. Like, what I'm not willing to sacrifice or compromise anymore is known by the people around me, not because I said it, but because how I'm acting.
How you live it,
That was when I realized I was finally living life and thriving in life instead of just living life. I was thriving in life instead of living life.
That's powerful. That's beautiful. Thank you, Mary. Appreciate you.
Was this what you expected?
I have no expectations when it comes to you. I just hope I survive. That's all.